Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good afternoon. I have some questions I'm gonna ask you guys. And I've been researching about it, about the situation, a situation that I had a very unpleasant experience of dealing dealing with a very unpleasant situation. And I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on it. Here's what happened. Here's what happened, guys. Now, I was at a job site. I was at a job site, and we had a coworker. We had a coworker. I'm not gonna say the man's name. I'm not gonna say the man. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna throw somebody under a locomotive like that. I mean, this was years ago, but I had a similar situation that happened about a week ago, and I thought about it. What causes that? What could that actually be? This dude, it was a it was a black guy, black man, colored man, whatever you want to call it, African American. You get the picture. This man, his breath, it was his breath. I don't know if it might have been more than his breath. It could have been coming through the pores of his skin. But the combination, his breath, and I am not a religious person. I believe in Jesus. I love Jesus, baby Jesus. I believe in the Lord, the Most High. I believe in prayer. Read your Bible, read your Quran. If you're a Jew, a Muslim, a Buddhist, I love the Lord in my way. I'll give Lord thanks quick. You don't have to go to a church to give the Lord thanks. I'm a believer. Now, that aside, this dude's breath, y'all, when I tell y'all this dude's breath, he stunk so bad. This man stunk so freaking fucking bad. I got nauseated. I'm hungry. I'm about to eat my lunch. I couldn't eat. He comes in the shop, workshop. He comes in the workshop. The door closes. All of a sudden, the whole fucking room starts filling up with an absolute, very unpleasant, foul odor. And my boss is looking at me, and I'm looking at him, right? And it's like, damn, what the fuck is that? My boss was like, James, man, I feel the same way, man. He said, man, I said, bro, give me a trash can, because you know what? I'm about to vomit, man. I'm about to vomit in my mouth. I'm about to throw up. I was getting sick. And guys, y'all, I can take a lot. I can take a lot. I can take a lot. Like, cause I do industrial cleaning, blood splatter and body fluids. Bro, brothers, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, I can take a lot. I'm not squeamish. I can take a whole lot. I done seen some stuff that some people can't handle. You know, people with broken bones. I done seen compound fractures. But I have never in my 50-something years smelled anything like that. I don't know what it was. I'm gonna read y'all something. This is what I looked up. It says severe bad breath. Now, it was beyond that. It says, I'm looking at Copilot search. It says severe bad breath or chronic, how you pronounce that, halitosis is often caused by poor oral hygiene, but it can also signal underlying health issues and requires proper evaluation and treatment. It was that was beyond hygiene. I'm gonna explain to y'all what it smelled like. You're gonna be like, man, bro, ladies and gentlemen, the whole entire room, it's like somebody just let off a fucking bomb. Let off a stink bomb. And he just filled the whole room up. Start stinking. And I'm like, oh my God, Lord, help me, Jesus. What is that? And then my boss, he's sitting there, James, man, I'm telling you, man. He said, James, how in the world, how would a woman kiss that? I said, brother, maybe she got used to it. And then he looked at me and he started crying, right? I'm like, bro, maybe she got used to it, bro. He's sitting there with tears in his eyes, right? We ain't had no windows. We in a shop, in a workshop, a storage room. We got machines and stuff, and equipment in there. I had to get my ass up out of there and go outside. I had to go outside. And then it says caused by severe bad breath or bacteria on the tongue, teeth, and gums, which break down proteins and release sulfur compounds, producing a rotten egg or foul odor. It was worse than that. It was worse. I can't describe. I'm going to describe to y'all what it smelled like. Y'all going to be like, what? And it says gum disease, gingivitis, no. Dry mouth, no. Tonsil stones or infections. Accumulated debris in the tonsils can produce a strong, unpleasant odor. Diet and lifestyle. Foods like garlic, onions, smoking. No cigarette. As much as I hate cigarettes, as much as I can't stand the smell of cigarette on somebody's clothes because they're a smoker. That makes me nauseous too. When a person light a cigarette, I can't stand it. I hate them. I absolutely hate cigarettes. I hate them. It ain't that. Diet and lifestyles. Ain't no garlic, because I eat garlic. I eat garlic and then I brush and then I mouthwash, rinse my mouth out, and then I wash my mouth out again, rinse my mouth out again, then brush again. Because I love garlic. I put garlic in my spaghetti. No, it wasn't no garlic. Ain't no garlic. Because if garlic smelled like that, I wouldn't eat it. I wouldn't eat it. What is this? How you pronounce this? Systemic health issues. It's something. It's something. But I'm going to tell y'all what it smelled like. I'm going to tell y'all what it smelled like. Brothers, ladies, gentlemen, brothers, cousins, uncles, have a seat. I'm going to tell y'all what his breath was. His breath. The man could walk. He could walk into a room, and the whole room will be devastated, will be overcome by a foul odor. And it wasn't no shit. It wasn't a piss smell, and it wasn't a shit smell. I'm going to tell y'all this is what it smelled like. His breath smelled. He laughed one day. Lord, have mercy on me. This man laughed one day. He was near me. He laughed one day. And we were outside. We were outside on the sidewalk of a building. He was laughing at something. I thought I was gonna fucking die. I was about to pass out and lay on the sidewalk. Somebody have to call a EMT to come get my ass up off the ground. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna pass out. And we outside. We are outside. His breath smelled like rotten eggs, sulfuric acid, hydrochloric acid, rotten mayonnaise, rotten Hellman's mayonnaise, rotten meat with sour pickles, bathed in formaldehyde. That's what his breath smelled like. His breath smelled like, y'all think I'm joking? The man's breath, he smelled like a crip that has exploded. He smelled like decomposition mixed with sour pickles with gunpowder on top. I ain't never smelled nothing like that. I was like, oh God. And you know what? You know what too? The smell stayed in my head. Like when you smell decomposition, you will never forget it. The smell of a decomposing person is a smell you can never lose. It was in my nose, brothers and sisters. It was in my nose. It smelled like it was in my clothes. I'm going home doing this. Like, what the fuck? But that's what he smelled like. I was like, oh my God, man. I was like, man. And then the dude laughed, and when he laughed, I didn't think. I started praying that when he walked away to go get some food, I was praying that he wouldn't come back. This motherfucker was coming back. You know what I did? I excused myself. I got up out of there. But I have never smelled nobody's breath. It's like the return of the living dead. Just opened their legs up and said, here, try this. That's what this man smelled like. And I noticed his skin, he looked like a wax figure. His face had like this paste-like stuff. Like when he shaved, he had all these bumps. He had all these little clumps and bumps and shit on his neck. And it was like wax. It looked like wax, and it was peeling. It was peeling. I was like, He need to go get that shit. I was like, man, can't he smell that himself? It was like, oh my God. And his skin looked like it's wet. His skin, he looked like a wax figure. Like somebody dumped water on him. But I was like, damn. And then he had a woman come pick him up. I ain't lying to y'all. I will put my right hand on a stack of King James Bibles. Y'all. And the chick came to pick this dude up. And I'm like, what the fuck? But my boss, he was sitting there great, cry. We were sick. It was the most sickest smell. It was like smelling a dead body. But I'm gonna get up off of here. But I wanted to share that. But what do you all think that could be? That don't come from not just not brushing your teeth and mouth washing and flossing and all that. It's some underlying shit going on with that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. But that was my adventure. That was my story about this dude. But man, I'll tell you, I couldn't take it. I had to get up out of there. I told bro, I'm about to vomit, man. I can take a lot, but this is just too much. I can't handle this. I can't handle it. My bald head, it's making the hair fibers under my bald head stand up. But let me get on off of here, and you all take it easy. God bless y'all. And hug your wife, hug your children, hug your husband, hug your daughter, pet your animals. Peace.